If you're 200 pounds, you shouldn't be in a Pilates class. There's no reason why they should allow 200-pound people in a level 2 class.
Hello everyone, Dollar Store Danny Gonzalez here again. Welcome back to another episode of You Don't Need to Put Your Every Waking Thought on the internet. Now anyone who knows me knows I'm more familiar with the gym than I am, say, my own father. And 2025 is the year, like the last 5 years, that I've decided that I'm gonna lock in. Even if it kills me, I'm gonna get jacked. I'm gonna have biceps the size of a Toyota Prius, and anyone who tells me I'm taking it too far, like a doctor or some other loser, I'm gonna call a hater. A hater who's jealous of my gains. Because that's what working out is all about. It's not about other people. If you go to the gym and you're focused on everybody else, you're missing out on the point of going to the gym. And the point of going to the gym is to be delusionally obsessed with your own body image to the extent that it's unhealthy. And if you think that's bad, then hold on a second, because I'm about to introduce you to the alternative. Enter at succulent addict 8, who has about 30,000 followers on TikTok, but there isn't much content left because she deleted most of her TikToks, including the ones we're going to discuss today. But in a previous life, she was a succulent-focused creator. Her YouTube channel, Succulent Addict, is still up, and let me say, I wish she stayed in that lane. I didn't even know Succulent Addict was a niche on the internet, but here we are. She's got videos with nearly 500,000 views where she explains different succulents.
Hello humans, welcome back to my channel. For today, I'm taking you with me to Home Depot so we can identify some more succulents. Home Depot just purchased this big batch of succulents right on top of this table, and the best thing is that they're carrying some of my favorite succulents such as Graptosetums, Graptopetulums, Echeverias, and cacti.
Yes, let's not forget about cacti now, and honestly I'm invested. Even the way she says succulents, just is great to me. Succulents. She also has a pretty wild digital footprint in general. Some of her old tweets, just fascinating. If you're drinking from a plastic water bottle, you're consequently lowering your sperm count. Well, thank you, Succulent Addict, for your concern for my sperm count. I will get right on that. I hate Christmas with a passion. What are you, the fucking Grinch on top of everything else? Ins for 2025, succulents and sperm. Outs for 2025, Christmas. Fair enough. And again, besides the tweets, I think she really had a good thing going here. Could have really leaned in on the gardening content. But of course, she had to enter the hot take economy. And look, as someone who's in the hot take economy myself, I understand it. I understand how that microphone starts whispering to you like the One Ring. And you start thinking to yourself, hey, maybe people do want to know what I think. We don't. We don't care what you think. We just wanted videos on succulents. And I think it's this follower count right here, guys, this 30,000 followers range. This is the danger zone. That's my theory. When you're in that 10,000 to 100,000 follower count, you're sort of like a niche influencer territory where it's kind of gone to your head, but you're also not really making a living from it either. You've been making videos about succulents for 8 years plus, so you start thinking to yourself, hey, maybe I need to switch it up a bit. Maybe I need to make a splash. I need to break out of my niche. You start thinking, hey, maybe I need to make a video about why people who are above 200 pounds shouldn't do Pilates. So here we go. Let's roll the clip.
This may be a hot take for some people, but if you're 200 pounds, you shouldn't be in a Pilates class. There's no reason why they should allow 200-pound people in a level 2 class. Or you shouldn't be allowed to be a Pilates instructor if you have a gut and you're fat. Sorry, not sorry. What the fuck is going on? Is this even real? Is this America? The standards are so fucking low.
And yeah, whoa, that took a left turn, huh? Jesus Christ, what the was that? There was genuine hate in that last, if you have a gut and you're fat.
You have a gut and you're fat.
But okay, let's not rush to judgment. Let's critically evaluate how someone can end up looking like this big of a piece of shit. And my first thing I noticed here is I really appreciate the framing of this video so much because it's pretty clear that it's not like this is something that just happened. Because she's in a workout set, but she also has on a full face of makeup, not sweating at all. So this is clearly something that's been on her mind for days, possibly weeks. She's been stewing on this for God knows how long before finally hitting the record button, being like, yeah, this needs to be shared publicly. And I need that intentionality to be noted here because she does make a follow-up video to this. And I don't think I need to explain why this is moronic, but just for the 3% of you who are like, maybe she's making good points, I don't know, I kind of agree with her. No, you don't. She's wrong. I'll save my psychoanalyzing for the end, but just on the merits of what she's saying here, she's wrong. She sounds like a total moron. You do realize That's not like fit people fall out of the f***ing sky, right? Like, here's the problem with this kind of vitriol from the self-appointed Pilates police, which is that in order for people to get fit, they have to work out. That's how getting in shape works, which is why only the most low IQ, low vibrational individuals hate on people in the gym. And I know I was kidding in the beginning about people just being self-obsessed in the gym and not caring about other people, but genuinely, she is an outlier. And the only reason I feel like I need to make this clear is because there's a ton of comments around this situation along the lines of like, this is why I don't work out. Because people like succulent lover or succulent addict, excuse me, are gonna judge me. And I need you to know that succulent addict is not the norm. She's a loser, and nobody in the gym would respect her. Because again, 99% of people in the gym are focused on themselves. They're just there to do their workout and get out. And everybody in there had to start somewhere. So if you are a beginner, don't get intimidated by this. She sucks. If anything, I feel like it's lit to see new faces in the gym, because everybody knows how hard it is to get started and how hard it is to stick with it. So don't worry about the succulent addicts of the world. We all hate them too. And she kind of guards herself against criticism by putting this overlaid text saying, "Go to the gym, people, you don't belong in a Pilates class." Essentially, after I think she finished recording, she realized she had to soften this up a little bit. So she revised it in the post edit to, "Oh, I'm saying 200-pound people should go to the gym, they shouldn't go to Pilates," which is also stupid. I'm gonna keep this Pilates history lesson brief here, but literally Joseph Pilates developed the first Pilates reformer, which is that medieval torture device looking thing they use in Pilates, to help World War I injured tone their muscles even when they're bedridden. So it's a great workout for people with a limited range of motion, and it ain't for the weak, because whether you're doing reformer Pilates or mat Pilates, it's a regimen that requires core stability, strength, flexibility, and attention to muscle control. There are plenty of videos out there of dudes who are absolutely jacked getting brutally humbled by a Pilates reformer.
Nice job. And two, this is it. Last one. Nice job. Both feet to that. Yep, that works too. Good job. Stay right here. Hold it for 5, 4.
I mean, this guy has quads the size of a 6-story building, and he is shaking and whimpering like he just got his first kiss at junior prom. I have never stepped foot in a Pilates class in my life, because I'm literally scared of what will happen to my ego if I do so. So what are you talking about, succulent addict?
This might be a controversial take, but I think anybody who's over 200 pounds should not be taking a level 2 Pilates class. You should also not be going to the gym or eating healthy or doing anything that's going to make you lose the weight so you're not fat anymore. And I think the only thing you should do is actually probably just go fuck yourself or something.
Well, thankfully, as I mentioned, after the backlash began, she made a follow-up video to further explain her points. And unfortunately, because she deleted it and I couldn't find a mirror of it anywhere, we're gonna have to kind of rely on secondhand sources here. But just look at this framing again. She has brought out a full page of notes to defend her argument. And again, just for a reminder here, her core thesis is that fat people don't belong at Pilates, which is what she's now making a second TikTok about, now in 5-paragraph essay format. Can you imagine if the average American student had even a fraction of the academic prowess of succulent addict doing a fat phobia? And this is it. This low-key might be the last generation where we're gonna get this kind of premium content, because all the kids now are just gonna like plug it into ChatGPT. "Hey ChatGPT, I made a stupid TikTok saying fat people shouldn't go to Pilates. Give me arguments why I'm right." But thankfully we're not there yet, so let's tune back in.
Fat people shouldn't be in Pilates classes.
This video was crazy. It was crazy. She basically goes on to say that she doesn't feel like fat people should be going to Pilates, how it's not going to help them lose weight, so there's no point. And then also towards the end of the video talks about how she has an instructor at the studio she's currently at that has her belly hanging out of her leggings, and just basically ripping the instructor apart.
So basically, and again, we're trusting the secondhand account here, it sounds like she literally just reiterated what she said in the first video, but now with a notebook in front of her. And to reiterate again, saying you can't lose weight while doing Pilates is factually incorrect. You can lose weight not working out at all. It's literally just calories in and calories out. If you burn an extra 600 calories at Pilates or an extra 600 calories on the treadmill, it's the same thing. Is doing raw cardio probably more efficient than Pilates? Probably, but also, shut the f up. Part of the reason people like going to classes is because your instructor is going to push you to your limits. There's built-in accountability. Maybe you find it more fun. Maybe you find it less intimidating. Whatever. You can't lose weight at Pilates. I mean, some of these Pilates teachers are less chill than Marine drill instructors.
POV, you take a nightly hot mat Pilates class with me.
I want you to work. This is the last 2 minutes. Don't be weak. You showed up here on Tuesday night. Make it count. Out. Work. On 4 seconds down and work the quads. I'm sweating. You're sweating. Everybody in here together.
I think I burned 100 calories just watching this TikTok, getting a secondhand panic attack from this woman. But that's what it's all about. It's a hard workout. And besides that, not everybody has the same fitness goals as you, succulent addict. All that we really know at this point in the situation is that she saw a 200-pound woman at Pilates and crashed out. Or again, someone she thought was 200 pounds. This is not a reliable narrator. But maybe that woman doesn't want to lose weight. Maybe she's 6'2" and also looking to have quads the size of the Empire State Building. You have no idea what her fitness goals are. And maybe instead of judging somebody that you know nothing about, you could, and this is free advice, you could just shut the f up. And frankly, I have no idea why I'm giving Succulent Addict the benefit of the doubt here by evaluating the veracity of her arguments, when it's clear she's just like a hateful person who made a really stupid TikTok and is now trying to justify it after the fact. The second part of this is she reiterates the whole thing about her instructor having a gut from the first TikTok, which again, same thing here, even if you think this way, like, just keep it to yourself. If this is still something that's really bothering you, then just pick a different class with a different instructor. Why would you air this out on the internet? And here's one last thing I'll say about this, and this isn't directed at Succulent Addict per se, but I feel like you never really see people who actually look incredibly impressive making fun of other people's bodies on the internet. If you want to be this weird and hateful on the internet, you better look like a motherfucking Greek god. You better look like someone like Mandy Bagley. You better look like you have less fat on your body than I have in my chicken sandwich from McDonald's. But you know what? You never actually see real gym influencers or real gym rats talking badly about other people's physiques, because again, they know how hard it is to put in the work. It's always people who just feel mediocre about themselves who are the ones who start popping strays at other people to make themselves feel better. And here's where we get into the psychoanalysis, because apart from the downright insanity of thinking that you should post these on the internet, I think the actual mentality we're seeing here is a product of social media. In Lebanon, which is a country, I'm Lebanese by the way, shout out, but on Lebanon Talk, they have this meme about aloe Pilates matcha girl.
Aloe Pilates matcha. Aloe Pilates matcha.
Essentially the stereotypical young TikTok woman who goes to Aloe to get her workout set, goes to Pilates, and then gets a matcha. This like highly aesthetic life made for TikTok, which essentially has become a parody of itself. But I think for some terminally online people out there, this is real. I've said this before on the Lululemon topic, but the only thing that a $100 pair of leggings says about you is that you have $100. And I think that's kind of what's at play with Succulent Addict here. She thought that by going to Pilates, she was now part of a super exclusive club of snatched, rich, high society individuals, only to find out that that's not how it works. The only thing you need to sign up for a $40 Pilates class is $40. You don't have to have 30,000 followers on TikTok. You don't have to have a specific body type. You don't have to have a workout set from Aloe. You just need $40. And that feeling that you deserve a higher status above others, that Pilates should be gatekept to only people like you, is the root of this crash out, in my opinion. But anyway, let's go to the apology now.
Hey guys, I wanted to come on here and just formally apologize for my last few videos. They were nasty, and I think the reason why I posted them was because I think there are some insecurities in me and some self-hate or something, but my membership got revoked, and I was told not to go back to work, so I'm just, I think I just need to go to therapy, and I need to go to church, and...
Okay, let's not get God involved in this. I don't think he had anything to do with this situation. I mean, yeah, go to church, but I don't really know how you're gonna explain this one in the confession booth. I'm not playing this whole apology. It's not really an apology, more of like a I'm sorry you feel that way type beat. And she also deleted it as well. Look, I respect it. If I was her, I would be spinning up the right-wing grifter, cancel culture grift right now. That's what I would be doing. And I mean, getting dropped by your Pilates studio feels fair, given that you called the instructor fat on the internet. I mean, why would they want you back there? There's only one person who's allowed to do the body shaming in my Pilates studio.
Don't be weak!
And also people found the dentist's office that she worked at, Mass called it, and she got fired. Which sucks, and if you look at TikTok's reaction, they're less than sympathetic.
Little Miss Pilates police that said, oh, if you're 200 pounds, you shouldn't be in a Pilates class, got consequences served up on a hot platter. Yes, she did. She lost her job and her Pilates membership. And I just want to remind everybody that she made 2 videos about this, and in one of her videos, she had notes in front of her. She meant every word.
Look, I get this is sort of a play stupid games, win stupid prizes kind of situation, but again, you got a dental assistant from San Antonio fired. I don't know. Is this a victory for justice? You you guys tell me. If anything, the dogpiling I appreciate is the incoming fire coming from actual Pilates enthusiasts, because they're bringing out insults I've never heard in my life.
And I'm not gonna lie, I find it really jarring that you think that you're eligible to police people's bodies when you have no credentials or care for the practice of Pilates, clearly.
Imagine getting on the internet telling individuals who can and can't attend a Pilates class when you yourself look like you haven't left level 1 Pilates in about a decade.
Getting roasted in Scottish and told that you look like you've been in level 1 Pilates for a decade. That is the kind of niche, diabolical hating that I'm here for. If I got hit by both of these TikToks in the same day, I would literally just disconnect my router and never use the internet again. But you know what? She's got her defenders too, so who knows? Also, some people are just taking it way too far, as they always do. Just bringing in insane allegations based on nothing that can genuinely ruin lives. I'm gonna bleep out the identifying information in this, but just gonna play this TikTok just so you can see how out of control this is getting.
Okay, allegedly she has been sleeping with her boss at Dental in San Antonio, Texas, Dr. They are alleging that she broke up their marriage. She was the reason for their divorce.
Only TikTok can make someone like Succulent Addict seem sympathetic. Because Jesus, can we not dox a random dentist, guys, who has nothing to do with this? That's pretty much it. I mean, I think we can call this a solid L for mean girls in the gym. And I hope it all works out for Succulent Addict. I hope she unpacks these things that she's got in her mind. I'm sure she'll get back on her feet. And as long as those feet aren't planted in any San Antonio area Pilates studios, she'll be fine. No one's gonna remember this. Give this thing some time and she can get back to doing what she really loves. Not body shaming people in a Pilates studio, but body shaming people in the succulents aisle of Home Depot.